What's going on, guys? This may not be necessarily the best edited video that I've ever put on the channel, but those of you who may have watched my initial kind of first impressions video on the Feeldom Performance Block Backpack, I wanted to do an update video because I've had it for a couple months and I've got a situation that kind of popped up. And I wanted to talk a little bit about it, and because I work with kids, it's not very practical for me to get footage of me using the backpack in my day-to-day as far as my job goes. And so what I figured I would do instead is bring you along and inside the bag to look at kind of my daily carry and what I carry with me and how it works, and talk a little bit about it. So I'm going to flip us around and we're going to take a rambly, slightly unedited look at the Feeldom Performance Block after about 6 weeks or so of use. Okay, so I've kind of got it on here, and a couple things I want to talk about real quick. We're going to slightly adjust our tripod positioning here. So I want to talk a little bit about the way it fits. For me personally, I like it. Sometimes I got to kind of ratchet these down, tighten myself up a little bit. I tend to like the backpack kind of pretty high up because it's kind of blocky and big. It just feels a little bit better. And then I also actually use both of the security systems, if you will. Those both being present on the backpack itself. So this first strap down here is for the the belt area, I suppose. And I actually have to tighten this one up quite a bit, and I end up with a pretty significant tail when I do that. So hold on, I'm going to work on that. This is actually a new backpack, which I'm going to get into why that is in just a minute. I'm just going to really tighten her up. I got to use it about as tight as she'll go, because I am a small dude. Okay. Actually, I think this one's got the backpack strap. Yeah, this is the other way around from the original. I'm actually going to take this strap off. I'm going to flip it this direction, because for some reason that feels a little more natural to me. So you're seeing me do a little setup compared to the out-of-the-box model, but hey, that's what you do to make this your own, and I'll get into some more of that in a minute. So there's strap number one. Strap number two is up here, and this is for the chest area. My favorite by far. Clips right in like this, holds right across the front of the chest area, and with both of those on, I mean, I can be twisting all around and she ain't going anywhere. So that's a little bit about the fit of the backpack. You can see it's, it's a little boxy. My kids have jokes that I look like a turtle, which I think is a fair criticism, but that's not a criticism of the backpack at all. I'm gonna flip us over and we'll go through it a little bit. Alright, so my camera work here is probably not going to be the greatest. First thing I wanted to show off is, because of these D rings, I think that's what they call these, what I've done, because I work with small kiddos, I work with preschoolers, is I've bought some stainless steel carabiners, and what I do is I put it around both of the rings so that my kids can't be getting into my backpack. I carry a first aid kit, things like that. Sometimes my lunch is in here, that kind of thing, so I don't want the kids getting access to it. So that functions, number one, as a lock, but also as a way to attach things, which I will get to in a moment. I'm going to flip open the top of this thing here, get you down inside. So the first little area, which I'm not very well getting on camera, is up here in this pocket. There's a mesh pocket here, and I keep my chargers in here. So I've got a MacBook charger for my laptop and a Braille Sense charger for that. And so that's on this pocket that kind of flips up right away. And then you get into the inside of the backpack, which right now my top shelf here is actually empty. And I've put down the little divider here. We'll see if we can tip you over a little bit. There's a divider towards the bottom part of the bag here. And I actually have that down because I have the bottom of the bag separated as its own pocket. Really like the construction on this. It flips right through, and I can shut this thing. And actually here, I'll bring the zippers back around. And they're very smooth sliding. They don't really, I've never really had anything get caught unless it's on my own hairs. Because because I got long hair, so sometimes the zippers like to mess with me a little bit. But I can take my my carabiners and stick the 2 rings together. Take the carabiner slider in there, and then this is sort of functions as a lock, I suppose. And I'll flip us this way, and in the bottom part of the bag is a smaller pocket, but I tend to use it for things that I may not necessarily need access to all the time, but they're still things that I, prefer to carry with me when possible. And I also do have something that Feeldom sent me to test, which I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about in the review, but I will talk more about that at the end. I have a bag of marbles. Haven't used those with any of my kiddos yet, but I have them. I have a Rubik's Cube, because sometimes kids kind of need a fidget or something to work on if they're kind of feeling upset. And we had this as a prize box item at the Boys and Girls Club. So I have this in here as a, if there's ever a situation that a kid really needs something, this is solved right now, mostly because I'm not skilled enough to solve it myself. But that is a Rubik's Cube. I also have a slate and stylus, which, if you don't know, is an older form of writing in Braille, and it consists of a metal slate, which is this guy right here, and you poke holes in it to write Braille. I'm happy to talk more about that with another video down the road, but I just threw that on the floor, so we're going to put that aside and move on. The other thing that Feeldom makes that I really like, unfortunately it didn't fit the cane that I have in there right now, but they have this cane carrying pouch that's very well put together. It's got an attachment clip on the top here, and you can attach it to the bag itself. I tend to keep it in that back pocket as an emergency thing. Unfortunately, the backup cane I have right now is chunky, so this is a big cane from Ambutech. I'm going to do a review on a couple different canes of theirs that I just picked up, different materials. This one happens to be made of fiberglass, and it's chunky. This thing is big. It's got the golf grip handle. I personally got the metal glide tip here. This is a beefy boy, but I figure in terms of an emergency cane, this thing's not going to break. It's big and noticeable, so hoping I never need it, but it does live in the bottom part of the backpack on the off chance that I need that. Last thing that I have in this little bottom pocket is, if I can wrestle it out of here with one hand, a sweatshirt for Boys and Girls Club. It's part of our uniform, and because I work 2 jobs, I kind of stick it in at the bottom so that when I'm cold or whatever, we're good to go. So that's a look at what I've got in the front and the back of the bag. And overall, build quality on these things is just stellar. And I want to talk a little bit about the situation that happened with my backpack that I had originally, which is actually still in my apartment. I'm getting ready to send that back to Feeldom. And the reason for that is that on the backpack, excuse me, on the bottom part of the left-hand strap, and this is a new one, so it won't look that way, but way down here, where the backpack connected in to the rest of the bag here, there was some sort of a manufacturing error, something like that, and the seams split. And I noticed it about a week ago on Friday, and reached out to Feeldom and said, hey, I love the backpack. I was going to film this last weekend, and I said, hey, I'm noticing this. I love the backpack. It is covered with a warranty, and the customer service at Feeldom is absolutely stellar because, again, shout out to Adrian, got back to me right away, and was willing to put it together for me. Got a replacement sent out. I think that package went out on Monday, and so I did roll without a backpack for a little while this week because I didn't want to risk any more damage to the other unit. I'm going to flip us back up so you guys can see my face a little bit better. But they were very fast and very effective at getting a new backpack out for me, which I really appreciate. And I've got this one that I've been, I just repacked it yesterday, so in a little bit, almost exactly a week, I had replacement here. I'm going to send them back the old one, and then they also sent me out something new that they are kind of working on developing for me to take a look at and give some feedback on, so I'm going to do that. And if and when I can talk about that, I will definitely do that. And while on the subject, I want to talk about this because I've never had any kind of partnership, sponsorship with the channel. This is not partnered or sponsored content by Feeldom either. But what I want to say is that this is a company I would be very willing to work with. And the reason for that is the honesty, the customer service, and the genuine collaboration with people with disabilities for their designs shows in this product, in this backpack. I have never had a backpack that I've actually been excited about. It's always just been like, well, that's the backpack I put my stuff in. And with the Braille, keychains like this one that are on the backpack and the numbers and things like that, it's a conversation piece in a way. But also it has served as a way for me to really own the things that I need, the adaptations I need as a person with a disability, coming up with solutions for things. As an example, another thing that I do is I carry a hair tie with me at just about all times. And one of the perfect uses for this backpack is I take a hair tie, put it through the D-ring like this. I'm going to butcher this a little bit, but we cross it. And then what I can do is this is now a hanging loop. And when I go to either job and I carry a walkie-talkie, I can stick a walkie clip in this hair tie off the shoulder and have my walkie hanging down right near my ear. So when someone makes a call, I can just kind of tilt and listen, or even push to talk on the walkie and be good to go. All thanks to a hair tie and the wonderful design that Feeldom has come up with. So I feel like we're working together, right? Like I had someone help me figure out the hair tie solution, and the backpack provided the stage for that. So as far as products go, this is expensive, but I think I talked about it in that initial unboxing and the look at the thing. 100% worth it. This thing is a beast. For the weather, there's also a rain cover, which I didn't show you, but it is included inside the backpack, and I've used that a couple of times to great success. So I won't ramble too much more, but if you have any specific questions, anything you want to know about this backpack, I'm happy to answer more of your questions. And I wanted to talk a little bit about it because it's been an absolute staple for me. I work 2 different jobs, one with preschoolers, one with older kiddos, and to be able to carry everything that I need around with me and know that things aren't going anywhere, that this backpack is going to stand up to 60-hour weeks and a lot of moving and adaptive needs for things like having a first aid kit that I clip on, the walkie situation, extra clothes, just anything and everything I can throw at this thing and it's ready. So, fantastic backpack. If you have any other questions, like I said, feel free to leave in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching what's sure to be a little bit of a long one. I appreciate you, and we'll see you soon. Peace.